So this is going to be our bus compressor section. I'm actually going to use the benefit of resetting this entire console quickly like that, because it can do that, because it does that. So this is this over on the right hand side, this is our bus compressor section. We've got dedicated controls here, which are the blue controls for the bus compressor, and we have dedicated controls for the dynamic EQ. So all of these buttons, this whole entire section here is all about bus processing. And I can change them, just like any analog console. I've got a ratio control, I've got an attack and a release, a threshold and a makeup. And I can just use the pots on here to actually do that. But the nice thing about this console is we've always got a more me button here, a detail view where we can see it. So if I press that detail view now, this shows me what my bus compressor settings are on this console. So in and out is done here, and you can see when I switch it out, it actually shows me that there's no more gain reduction on there. If I switch it in, you can see that there's a gain reduction on my bus there. Moving it a little bit, maybe I want to change my threshold a little bit to make it move a bit more, like so. A bit much there. So I've got a ratio, and my ratios here are 1.3, 1.5, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 20, and then we've got negative ratios. And I've got a blend control actually, so I can change between dry and wet. So this is actually a way of paralleling without needing to use any additional buses. So I can actually parallel through here using my my blend control. I've got makeup gain, threshold, attack, release, ratio and mix. So these are my 6 buttons mapped out exactly the same as these 6 pots here. This has got way more power than just 6 buttons, so this is all done here. And to get to those additional things, we use our scroll wheel, our navigator. So if I wanted to change my side chain high pass filter, I would do that here, like so. And if I wanted to make it a 4K emulation mode, I would do that there. And then I've got some other modes as well. Let's say I wanted a really pristine low harmonic distortion mode, I've got that there. Change the feedback mod rather, I can change that there. So I've got a whole bunch of stuff here which is above and beyond what a normal SSL bus compressor does. It still uses the same VCAs that we use on everything else, and it's still the same idea, but it's got way more control than other SSL consoles. So in addition to the bus compressor, we have a dynamic EQ as well. So that's done on the left, and we actually have, and we've got an individual button for low frequency dynamic EQ and high frequency dynamic EQ, and I press those buttons there to access those two, like so. And if I change the controls on here, you can see actually it starts to make the meters bounce on here. So the amount that I'm using the dynamic EQ for the low frequency and the high frequency. So it does that here, and then it also does it on the main bus display there as well. So you can see how much change you're making there with that. So that's, main controls are done on these 4 pots, and then if you want to get more specific about your attack or your release times on those, you do that. You can do that over here, and then so this is that section right here. The other section here, which is brand new to this console, is the expander. So we've got a transient expander. You can actually change the transients on your main bus using the transient expander here. So most of this that you see here is actually on the SSL Buss Plus, which is a standalone bus compressor, but Buss Plus does not have this transient expander. Oracle is the only console we make that has this transient expander. So these are really cool stuff. This is all across main A bus only. Okay, this doesn't go on B, C or D, it only goes on A. If you wanted to use this separately and independently from main bus A, it is possible to do that, and the way it's possible to do that is by using these 2 insert points here. So we have a pre-fader insert point and a post-fader insert point. So if you really wanted to, you could patch in here and out there and use this as a standalone by using the patch fade. But for the most part, this lives across main A, and you also then have 2 additional insert points that you can use for outboard processors, a pre-fader outboard processor and a post-fader outboard processor. So that's done now.
So how do you just mute and unmute it?
There,
Okay,
in and out. Yeah, in and out there, right there. So bus comp in and out right there.
Anything else on that?
That's it. That's it on that.